From the Whiskey 61 Lounge, it's Mississippi's only food sports show on the airwaves. We're the only World Food Championship host in the state. This is the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds.
All right, good morning. Welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. We're throwing a little food and beverage party up here this morning. I think we all celebrate sports around food. And we've got a great partner in BreezyOaksRanch.com. Mississippi farmers, perfect for game day. I mean, they've got a menu here that can fit anything that you want. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a combo. I mean, they've got delicious bacon and sausage, Mississippi raised, great steaks, heritage pork, wagyu beef, and I just dialed in on some Delmonico steak and Denver steak, compliments of BreezyOaksRanch.com. If you need to fill up your freezer or fridge for a few days, go to BreezyOaksRanch.com. They will ship to your door. You still have plenty of time to get it for the weekend, for Saturday and Sunday, SEC and NFL football, with farms in Canton and Vaden. BreezyOaksRanch.com. So we're going to throw out that link several times today. We've got a Darren here who actually knows what she's doing and getting some good pictures of the food. And so you'll be able to see the Boston butt that they cooked overnight, the Denver, Delmonico, and Coolett steaks that they've done. And just a month or so ago, they dropped some unbelievable bacon and sausage on us. And before that, some other delicious steaks, including heritage pork chops, and also other wagyu beef. Oh, their tamales are amazing, too. That's perfect for game day. You can set out some tamales. You can do some BreezyOaksRanch.com sausage, and then you can throw in some bacon either on your delicious cheeseburger or in your Bloody Mary, Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary. Blake, I don't even know what the 11 a.m. game is this week because I've been focused on Ole Miss at 2:30 and somewhat Mississippi State at 3. But you can let me know that when you want. Yeah, BreezyOaksRanch.com, Canton and Vaden, Mississippi farmers, Mississippi entrepreneurs rolling out delicious premium pork and beef and shipped to your door. If you're in Hattiesburg, Meridian, Starkville, Oxford, DeSoto County, among many other towns, Greenwood, and so on, it's a one-day ship. And some of the cities and towns outside the state, it's a one-day ship. BreezyOaksRanch.com.
How many Tito's Vodka Bloody Marys will you need to watch Arkansas take on Arkansas Pine Bluff at 11 a.m.?
I'm not watching that game, so I'll have to figure something else out.
We'll go to the Fox game. Let's see what the Fox game is.
Right. Who knows what's happening in the Big Ten this week? But if it's anything decent, or Big 12, then I'm in. We're live in the BankPlus Studio. Some of you have asked about Lane Kiffin, to LSU. I think Miami's a threat. Now they don't have the money Ole Miss has, but they have more players surrounding the university. Lane's already got a house in Boca Raton. He's got an unbelievable boat that he's yet to invite us on, but we hear that's going to happen. And so I think Miami could be Mullen flirted with Miami a couple of times, but they couldn't quite get there. He could definitely be interested, flirt with Miami. I don't know if they'll get to him at LSU, and I don't know if they'll go there again at Southern Cal. Probably a long shot if I had to believe. So Ole Miss, probably should be okay, but in this coaching search and business, you don't ever know. And nobody knows what Lane wants. I mean, Lane's super private, introvert. He hasn't let anybody in Oxford know what he wants to do. So anybody who tells you they know, they don't. He's not like Freeze, who had a big group of friends and shared almost everything, probably too much, with a few dozen alums on a weekly basis. Lane doesn't do that. He doesn't have to be super pals with a bunch of people. But Miami's intriguing. You can win and win big. Path of least resistance. Dude, ACC, Lane wants to win a title. All of these, most. Every now and then you get a Bill Snyder, Frank Beamer, different deal. Gary Patterson. Lane wants to win a national title. He'd love to beat Nick Saban doing it. He'd have to be at Miami, LSU, and Southern Cal type program.
Or the factor that we haven't brought up yet is the domino effect of if LSU, Southern Cal, or Miami don't hire Lane, but they hire someone at a good program and that job becomes open.
Yeah, that's a great point, Blake. Like, we don't see Lane at Penn State.
I don't think so.
Because if Franklin took the job at LSU, and Lane's going to be a hot name because they may go 11-1, 10-2. I would think worst case scenario 9-3, but we just really can't see Lane up north for whatever reason.
Mm-mm.
He would boat race the Big Ten, but I'm not saying he'd beat Ohio State every year, but he would have an offense that could overcome some of their talent deficiencies.
There's no doubt,
right?
There's no doubt,
and he may run circles around Michigan, but it'd be weird. I think. Dropping him at Happy Valley, that's a long way from Boca Raton.
Correct.
Right now in
Correct.
Oxford, he can get on a private jet, get to Boca Raton in 2 hours. And on the weeks that they have off, he can head out on Thursday or Friday, spend 48, 72 hours in Boca Raton and enjoy his boat and all that stuff that he likes. In Miami, he's a rock's throw.
Yeah.
From whatever he wants to do as far as water.
He's a yacht ride.
Yeah. He could get a yacht.
Yeah, he could. He just live on a yacht.
That'd be cool.
Any chance Lincoln Riley moves this offseason?
That's when you know you're rich.
Yeah.
What are you? Hey, buddy, what are you doing? I'm on my 230-foot yacht. If you've got time to just sail around those waters.
Yeah.
Sorry, have people not sail. If you have time for people to drive your yacht and boat you around those waters, and they drive it to where you're going, right?
Correct.
Like we've seen Tiger's yacht in Charleston, in the bay in Charleston. Jerry Jones outside of Miami for the Super Bowl. Somebody drove that thing
correct
down, and he just steps on it.
Jerry didn't drive that sucker down there?
I don't think so.
That's funny. But no, could you see Lane at Oklahoma?
Yes.
I wonder, Lincoln Riley just feels like he's going to leave Oklahoma sooner than later.
Just got a text on that.
Did you really?
Yeah, this guy who's actually an agent said, don't be surprised if Mel Tucker's kind of a smoke screen for LSU.
Duh.
And Dave Aranda will get serious consideration, but at the end of the day, they may land on Lincoln Riley.
Would you leave Oklahoma to go to LSU right now?
That's a great question.
Especially knowing that Oklahoma is headed into the SEC within the next 2 to 3 seasons.
I don't know. Both great jobs. LSU's better.
Isn't the argument for Oklahoma right now path of least resistance?
Yeah.
Except for that's my point. It only lasts for 2 more seasons probably.
Yeah.
And then you're in the SEC.
But just because of that doesn't mean I go.
Oh, I'm with you.
I don't know. All these jobs are about getting rich.
Are they though?
Oh, yeah.
Are the coaches?
Yeah.
But the coaches aren't taking them to at this point. The money is so over the top across the board.
It is.
You can get. I mean, we've seen people get rich.
Lane's getting rich, and Mike Leach's getting rich as we speak.
Mike Gundy's getting rich at Oklahoma State.
He's very, very wealthy right now.
So I guess my point is like at this point, I think you're not leaving for money. You're leaving because you want to win more.
And that could be it. So do you take a little cut and pay at Miami, knowing that you can?
How many seasons would it take Lane to be legitimately competitive against Clemson?
2.
2 classes?
Second season.
Interesting. 1 class.
Yeah. They already have dudes on that roster.
So-
I hate it for Manny Diaz.
It's all about getting QB play.
I've hung out with him. I've met him. He's a really nice guy, but he's just not a head coach, evidently.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you. It'll be interesting to see that's the part that we haven't talked about because it's so abstract. It's hard to put your finger on who's
Sure.
going to get pulled where and what that opens up.
And by the way, nobody knows.
Oh, 100. We're all just guessing, prognosticating.
Jimmy
yeah.
Sexton doesn't even know how this is all going to play out.
Yeah, he does. It's going to play out with money in his pocket.
Well, yeah, he's going to get everybody a pay raise and he'll get rich.
He'll get so rich.
And either Lane will be making $7.5 million at Ole Miss a year, or he'll be making whatever at Miami or LSU or another program.
Maybe they give him the Gruden contract, the 10-year at Miami.
At Miami.
Just go ahead and hand it to him.
In the state of Mississippi, you can only give a 4-year contract.
Correct. Yeah.
That's it.
That'd be how Miami competes. We'll give you $4.5, $5 million.
All
and we'll
about
do it for
terms.
10 years.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know.
Where Miami tries to counter Keith Carter is we'll give you a 6-year deal.
Yeah.
Not as much per year, but over the terms of the contract,
Yeah.
it either meets or exceeds what Keith Carter and Ole Miss offer Lane.
And the one thing that you can't – what's the one thing in any business deal that you can't change, right? Location.
I know.
It's in real – look, you can have the nicest mansion in the world, but you plop it in South Dakota, it ain't worth what a shack is worth on South Beach, right? Like it just –
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the one selling point Miami has that – and Southern Cal has, really.
No doubt.
That
Lane's lived out there a few times.
And it's the same lifestyle.
He knows all about Manhattan Beach.
What's the difference in being on the beach on that coast versus being in Miami? You're gonna live the luscious lifestyle
Sure.
at either place.
Especially when you're making north of $5 or $6 million. Yeah.
The question will be: will Southern Cal go cheap, like we heard right when they fired Clay Helton, or will they figure this out that football will make you 10 times over what you pay your head football coach if you're winning?
Or does Mike Bone, the athletic director at Southern Cal,
Formerly of Cincinnati,
just go with Luke Fickell, who he hired at Cincinnati? Now, I think Luke goes out there and wins, but there's not a lot of
sizzle.
There's not.
You know what name that hasn't been floated that's
And they're
interesting?
all about the stars out there. Look what's happening with the Lakers and the Dodgers and the Rams right now.
No doubt.
Not a lot of oxygen in the room.
Even the Chargers now, their resurgence has
Justin
been massive.
Herbert. Yeah.
You Southern Cal. Who was it that came on and said? Was it Luganville that said Southern Cal's like page 9 of the LA Times now?
They are.
Yeah, that they've been where Pete Carroll had them in the front page
As close as they've ever been.
for sports
Yeah.
wise. I guess is the right correction
Yeah.
there.
I mean, Kobe and Shaq still trumped Southern Cal during that time, but they were about as big as they can be fighting through Hollywood and the Lakers.
You think LSU looks at Eric Bieniemy
Yes.
from New Orleans?
Yes.
Incredibly successful
Yes.
offensive coordinator, play caller.
Has the resume. Great player at Colorado.
Arguably overlooked for the last 3 or 4 seasons.
Right. I think it almost works against him that Andy Reid's his head coach.
A la maybe being an OC under Kiffin.
Look at some of New Orleans Saints offensive assistants, Lombardi and Carmichael, and maybe they just don't want to be a head coach, but that shadow is so strong and thick and large. You know, it's tough to get out of that. Sean Payton,
Or get the credit for what's
Andy
happening.
Reid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Out of Bounds brought to you by BreezyOaksRanch.com. Mississippi farmers, Mississippi entrepreneurs, they cook some unbelievable food for us this morning. The Boston butt is amazing. I've had the Denver and Delmonico steak. According to Mackey Simpson, and put this in stone, the Denver cut is the 4th most tender cut in the world. Compliments of BreezyOaksRanch.com. Mackey Simpson joining us on the Sam Adams Oktoberfest guest line, live in the BankPlus Studio. You're listening to 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. You can watch the show right now on YouTube. Search Out of Bounds Sports. You can watch it on Facebook. Search the Out of Bounds Show. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. Mackey, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, Bo?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you guys, you and John, and Adair especially, for coming in this morning. Adair's finally got you guys right. We've got all kinds of cool pictures of your food, and we want people to go to BreezyOaksRanch.com. Order today or tomorrow. You'll get it for this weekend. And, I mean, they've got a laundry list. Mackey and I can't hit it all, but I'm just going to tell you this. Beef, pork, barbecue, a griller's dream, all at breezyoaksranch.com. All right, talk to me, big dog. What you got? What do you want to share with our listeners this morning?
So we've been working with our processor lately. We've got some new cuts to show off.
Love it.
What we brought in today, we got the culotte, which is most people know it as the top sirloin.
I love sirloin.
And it has that fat cap on the edge, which you had with the Delmonico. It's cut from the chuck eye. It's a real thick cut. It kind of has the consistency of a pot roast cooked overnight, and with great flavor on it. Way
more tender and delicious. It almost looked like y'all dropped a bone-in fillet on me. That Delmonico. Go ahead.
And then also, lastly, we had the Denver steak, which is also cut from the chuck, and they cut it across the grain, which makes it even more tender. Also has a lot of flavor in it.
It looked like a New York strip, didn't it, John? I mean, it's got that look to it. It's a delicious piece of meat. Go ahead.
And we also we still have our fall specials, our tailgate special. Also now included in the tailgate box, we have pre-made patties with the ground beef. So all you do is put them right on the grill.
I did your burgers like a week and a half ago. Delicious. Unbelievable. And I know you brought us some more for this weekend, didn't you?
Yep.
Is that it over there?
It is.
I'm a happy man. BreezyOaksRanch.com. Go to the site. Check it out. Talk to your buddies in the neighborhood. Load up. Throw a feast on the grill. And enjoy SEC football and NFL this weekend. Go ahead, Mackey.
Also, what we're doing now is we're going to be doing weekly specials. Follow us on Facebook, and we'll be announcing that every Monday.
Okay.
This week, we're doing a special on the breakfast box. It's $15 off. And that includes 5 packs of breakfast sausage, 5 packs of bacon, and 2 packs of link sausage.
I'm just telling you.
$125, but for this week, it's $15 off to $110.
BreezyOaksRanch.com. They will ship to your door. John says he'll deliver to everybody. I'm not sure if that's true. BreezyOaksRanch.com. So $15 off the breakfast box. Their bacon and sausage is amazing. They cooked us breakfast a couple weeks ago. They cooked us a feast today. We've got a little Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary, Modelo, and Sam Adams Oktoberfest going with it. They all pair very well. Blake Scott?
You want to impress people? You make the charcuterie board with the Breezy Oaks sausage. I mean, I did that, oh gosh, I don't know, whatever week it was, like week 3 or whatever, when everybody was out of town, like State and Ole Miss were all away. And, man, made a charcuterie board with that sausage, and, whoo, boy, I'll knock your socks off right there.
Well, and you know what else you can do on a you can cook these steaks and just slice them up.
Very true.
Like when we order it at Kessler. So, I mean, the way to do it, you can do a Denver or Delmonico and slice that bad boy up and mix it in with your cheeses and, you know, your boar's head and all the other stuff you're doing. So there's a way to do this and party, but I love the fact that you did the BreezyOaksRanch.com sausage on your charcuterie board.
I'm not bougie enough to give my friends my steaks on charcuterie boards. That's for the next level up. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay.
We'll stick with the sausage.
I'll do that for you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking that box home. We'd be lucky if you see any of that.
Whoa.
Sneaking that out to the truck.
I think I'm the one that's paying for it.
Sneaking that out to the car. It got lost. I don't know what happened to it.
BreezyOaksRanch.com. Mississippi farmers, Mississippi entrepreneurs, Mackey and John and their team doing a great job. It's premium. It's quality. Really, their approach and strategy is awesome as far as managing the animals and so on in the farming. BreezyOaksRanch.com. Heritage pork, premium beef, sausage, bacon, and wagyu beef, locally grown. Don't you want that? Locally grown? Yes, 100%. Mackey Simpson joining us on the Out of Bounds Show, one of the owners of BreezyOaksRanch.com. You got anything else you want to share with us?
No, I was just say,
just go order a bunch of meat.
Follow us on Facebook and check out our weekly specials. And
I know what you and I want to talk about this time of year. Corporate clients.
I was the last thing I was going to say. In November, first part of November, we will be announcing our Christmas specials.
Yes. All right. What a great. All right, you got a client: Macomb, Hattiesburg, Oxford, Starkville, Biloxi, Gulfport, Soda County, or clients all over. What a great way to order any of these boxes or sampler boxes and so on that Mackey went over. Boom, drop ship to the door. They'll love you, and they'll remember that gift. So you can do a beef sampler, a griller's dream box, a pork sampler, or several breakfast box, and so on. That's a good gift for a client or an employee who's done a great job this year. BreezyOaksRanch.com.
Just check out the website. We have all kinds of box packages, and in November we will be announcing a Christmas special box also.
I love it. Thank you, buddy.
Along with our weekly specials.
All right, BreezyOaksRanch.com. Mackey Simpson in the house, along with John and Adair. And we want you to go to the website and order a bunch of yummy food and throw it on the grill and cook it in the kitchen and everything else and enjoy yourself. We have a box of it over there that I'm excited about because I was kind of low.
That's right.
After we got it from Mackey a month and a half, 2 months ago.
We didn't hit this, but I just have to do this because if I don't, I'll feel bad about it.
Do it, wild man.
If you have not had the wagyu tamales from Breezy Oaks Ranch,
they're so good.
I'm just telling you, if you're a fan of tamales at all, the wagyu tamales from BreezyOaksRanch.com will absolutely blow your mind. And it's easy too. You just show up with like 3 of those packs at the tailgate, hot and ready to go. Like they're great, man. They're fantastic. Eat them by the pound. They're so good.
You could eat them by the pound.
That is included in the tailgate box also.
Okay. The tamales?
Yes.
All right. The tamales are in the tailgate box. Blake, you said, thank you, Mackey Simpson. I appreciate it. Thanks, John. Y'all cooked a great meal. Adair, thanks for making us look like we know what we're doing this morning with the food and all the pictures that we'll push out, and Breezy Oaks Ranch will push out. And Breezy Oaks Ranch is going to be on Instagram in the next 24 hours.
It's happening.
It's happening. They're on Facebook, but they'll be on Instagram in the next 24, 48 max. And so you want to check that out. We'll tag them and so on and tell you more about it tomorrow. What's the line on Mississippi State and Vanderbilt? Wasn't it 21?
Yes, I believe that's accurate.
Okay.
It's kind of been bumping. People do not believe that Mike Leach covers, I guess.
Well, and
I don't
people aren't sure about Will Rogers.
And he hasn't really covered much since he got to Mississippi State because of obviously the way things are. So that line has it's now 20.5. It opened at 23. It's sitting about 20.5 right now.
Okay.
Across the board.
20.5. Wow. All right, I would take if I'm betting LSU and Ole Miss, I'm taking the points. That way, Ole Miss can still win 7, 8, 9 points, and I'm covered. As Blake said, I'd rather have it at 12, but it has been bet down to 9 or 9.5.
Kiffin getting on people with that Matt Corral nonsense.
Yeah, good show today. Thanks again, Mackey Simpson, John Adair, BreezyOaksRanch.com. I mean, it's just a great selection of premium meat and sausage and game day food and all kinds of stuff. And don't forget about those wagyu tamales. That is part of the tailgating box. BreezyOaksRanch.com. Hit it right now. Tell us what you think. BreezyOaksRanch.com. Have a great day. We'll be here tomorrow. Steve Palazzolo, Pro Football Focus, PFF.com. See ya.